我有刚刚听错声音，就我没听错，我听到我的主机刚刚发生一个引擎的轰隆声，发生什么事？你不要吓我呢！
轰隆隆隆隆。
我先去银行一趟好了。好像沃费目前预计就等到明天，明天把那个集团卡换出来，装上去，我再试一下伤害。如果说感觉好像跟实际上还是有太大的差别，我再去问恶魔配卡的部分到底要怎么去用好，不然这其实是我极限。因为看不知道为什么刚刚一连串下来在打的时候，我突然发现他好像也不吃那个极尽猛图跟窗口归来这两张卡不吃就算，然后我也没看到他有连级数叠成出来，我不知道是我没注意到还是怎么样。我那时候在看，我并没有看到连级数，所以我有在想到底我和尚的那个换武器吃不吃连级，有可能是我眼馋没看到，不然就有可能是真的他不吃连级。不管，反正再怎么那个也要等明天了。
不朽哎，好用哎，这个酷。一枚。
而且你那个睡眠，你可以确保，只要你不要被发现了，你不要被那个你要抓的动物发现，你基本上能100%确定完美的把它们抓起来。而且这个在抓炮博跟秃鹰这类会比较好一点，因为
秃鹰真的几乎麻烦，
因为他们只要被打到，他们就会那个。
它是要翅膀，你的麻醉枪是要翅膀，还是会算，它会直接穿过去，而且穿到血，有多夸张？哦，这才
主要在于你打那种多数的，你只要击中一枪之后，其他的一只或两只他们会被惊扰，那惊扰之后，那基本上就不算完美，那只会算良好捕捉而已。那种情况下，你的获得的声望就会变比较低。
Back again? So tell me, you didn't do anything unlawful now, did you?
酷。
我
Back again?
有
That's
抓的
odd.
更快，
We haven't done a search of Firemoth
快
Island since
快！
Governor O'Melian declared that the House Guard was better used patrolling farther up the coast. And these parchment sheets definitely match. This is very disturbing. What I think doesn't matter. We need evidence, but we also need to launch a rescue.
好像是稀有
Slavery
猫
is illegal in packed territory.
我来
It's
了。
time to visit Firemoth Island.
如果能够再加一个隐形就好
Somewhere along the way, we'll find more proof of Governor O'Melian's ties to all of this.
你可以改技能，
有隐形可以用。
其他之有。不过你这样的话，你要刷一只黑白男出来，然后把它喂掉。
反正一定会刷的。不刷的道理。
Attack before the soldiers have been assembled? That's not a prudent course of action. We need to muster our forces, make plans and contingencies, unlock the armory. What was that? That's a distress signal, and it came from Firemoth Island. No time to prepare. We have to rescue the slavers' prisoners. Soldiers, to the ships! We sail for Firemoth Island!
你像我是把黑白男技能灌在那个水母身上，然后灌在艾法拉身上。艾法拉他自己本身的3技就是自我隐形。虽然说他的隐形是耗能量隐形，持续耗能量隐形，它不是像 Loki 或者是说像 Ash 那一种。使用一次，然后就是时间之内隐形。艾发勒他的3技是自隐形的时候持续耗能量，然后你移动耗会耗更多，激烈运动耗的量会更大。
这样飞过去按一个技能，有够好笑。
Light it up!
At last, I'm free.
靠腰，他妈的，这样你跟我说跳不上去。屁呀、这楼梯不能抓，那不然放在这里当装饰用。我的天哪！哎，
I can't believe it. Free.
I can't believe it. Free。啊，然后嘞，你现在要干嘛？我刚刚稍微看了一下我的赖，我传的那个也只有一个人看而已啊！我那个看的人，我觉得4899绝对不是我们专题之后。现在已经不是我在搞了，看的是谁在搞。
白痴哦，他怎么一直在石头里面？这是啥小了？
那我觉得见怪不怪，怎么办？
My associate will be here soon. Patience, Governor.
不知道这东西，我觉得太常见了，那个卡在石头里。
I informed the governor that the captives we rescued from Firemoth Island are safe and sound. Do you have anything you'd like to add? This note, along with the other evidence you uncovered, clearly implicates the governor as working with the slavers. Well done. You have provided a great service to Seydanine. I'll take it from here.
Well, I suppose we're done here. I have a silt strider waiting.
No. Governor O'Melian, I am placing you under arrest for promoting slavery in Pact territory.
How dare you accuse me of such a thing? You have no proof.
A note on your parchment, which led to the sabotage of the lighthouse and a shipwreck off our coast. A letter naming you as the slaver captain's partner. Do you deny your involvement?
还有一只在地图外差点点不到。
I'll have you hanged for this. The document is requested, Deputy Governor.
And your report to Vivek City claiming Firemoth Island to be free of slaver activity, written before we eradicated the slaver base.
Delms, you can't believe these blatant lies about me. My duty.
不是啊，他们在这边讲的英文，
Secure him.
他们英文对话连字幕都没有啊！你起码英文你给我个字幕对话吧，他没给我英文字幕对话，我连看都看不懂哎、这怎么可能？跟我讲的我听就听得懂的话，我人就不会坐在这边的。唉。
有一颗阿姨，是呀。哎，还有一颗龙神弗兰沃比，是呀。いいね。不知道了，拿4的。
靠，这有5件套，卖也卖不出去啊！ 威维克宫殿，靠，看到了，在那边。要不会耗耐力，真的假的？
The Red Mountain?
一叶子降低武力消耗，这什么时候有这个我都不记得。算那2个戒指先放身上。
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors. Test. Hey there, you've got a hungry look. The eye of a real competitor. I can see it. Well, my friend, Tales of Tribute is the game for you.
什么东西？我的爸，怎么一来就招人？
It's a game, of course. A card game, to be precise. Full of twists and thrills and canyon-deep strategy. I've been traveling around recruiting new players. It's been a lot of walking, but seeing the joy of new players makes it worth every step.
看，这是他妈上古卷轴昆特牌是不是？
Ha! Hooked another one. If you want to learn the game, you should travel to Gonfalon Bay on High Isle and talk to my friend Bragus. You'll find him at the city gaming hall. He'll get you sorted. I wish you safe travels and good luck in the game. You are going to have such a grand time. I can still remember my first win. Such a thrill. I'm actually on my way back to Gonfalon Bay myself, so I'll see you there. Well, there's a bit of selfishness there. Our tribute chapter, the Gonfalon chapter, needs some new blood. But we make it worth your while. We handle all the registration fees, membership dues, and so on. It's a win-win.
好啊，又是一个他妈突然把你招进来说要不要打昆特牌的。 斗士工会，先让我搞清楚这些差别在哪里。
Excellent. I know we'll all be drawing blades together soon enough. Now, what can I tell you? Right. Our new guildmaster is an Argonian, sees all colors. She has us all hunting down the Daedra and their damned anchors. You might have seen them. Enormous chains, plagues of Daedra boil out to lay waste to the countryside. Hard fights. Excellent. Ha! Yes, good question. We train our members in special techniques, and the higher-ups are always looking for motivated members to help with special projects. You never know, you might be the next Yofnir. Guildmaster Yofnir passed away recently, very suddenly. I always thought he'd die with a blade in his hand, but he passed away in his sleep, called to Sovngarde by his ancestors. We all miss him, but Colors has proven to be a very able leader. No, we only draw blades in service to the guild. We're technically neutral in the war between the three alliances. We love the Eagle Banner and Her Majesty, of course, but every race, every creed belongs under the guild hall's roof.
这三个差在哪里？这个是斗士，斗士通常代表的都是战士那类的嘛。再看看哦，先把他能加的工会全部了解完再说。这高度跳下去会死吗？啊，不会，因为我掉到水里面去了。干，这里很讨厌，很讨厌，掉到水里面去，我他妈要怎么上去？告诉我，跳舞。干嘞，这边是没有那个的哦。我操，嘿！啊，这边楼梯上不上去？可以，可以就好。唉。先把工地那个东西用完再说。哎呀，这工地也太高了吧
！Praise Vivek.
This is the person who helped me at the tomb, my lord.
Lord Vivek, we don't need the help of this outlander.
Oh, hush, Archcanon Tarvis. Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me.
As you say. I'll be in my office if you need me.
Step forward, friend of Lavul, and let us speak. Canon Level says you helped him in his mission. As I have written, the one who helps my ally becomes my friend. Despite the Archcanon's concerns, I greet you with sincerity and pose a simple question. Will you assist us further, Outlander? I have ordinators and armigers at my disposal. Vast armies of followers and dedicated priests. What I don't have, however, is a fresh perspective. Will you set aside your personal goals for a time and become the eyes and ears of a god? Good. I need assistance to investigate a strange phenomenon that the Ancestor confirmed may indeed be a problem. We'll start with a simple divination ritual. Archcanon Tarvis can tell you what we need to delve into this mystery. The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will do as I say, and I say we need your assistance. Find the Archcanon in his office, and he'll tell you how to proceed. The Daedric Prince. I suppose the same events that concern me might interest Azura, though she could just as easily be the source of these troubles. Red Mountain, strange Daedra, and then there's... well, we'll talk more about that when you return. Levul's ancestor assured me that a source of power remains safe. As for the rest, let the guess ripen in the mind, and only speak when the fruit grows certain. I require more information on these matters, hence the need for the divination ritual. The situation that the Daedric Prince. Levul's... the Daedric Prince.
啊，这么顺利，很棒。你看这会受伤，算了，我跳，到时候我自己把我自己的腿跳断。
Another adventurer looking for work? Did you? Well, that's why it was posted. It's simple. Citizens tell us what they need, and we arrange for the job to be completed. You will be able to meet with the client before starting the task. They'll also have your reward, not us. Belleru Omeril and her brother Traylan will handle your assignments. Check in with them frequently to see if they have a job for you. They'll inform you what you need to accomplish and who made the request.
See?
Belleru's requests may appear straightforward, but many adventurers find them difficult to accomplish. The assortment of enemies she'll ask you to face are all powerful, and I would recommend gathering allies before heading out. Traylan handles requests which the temple has special interests in. His tasks require more subtlety, but they are by no means easy. Make sure to listen to his explanations carefully. It's also a good idea to speak to the clients beforehand. I would hope. You came to us, after all. Traylan and Belleru are just down the hall. They should already have assignments for you. Speak to either of them to get started.
这是赏金任务的
KSP
概念吗？
KSP SHY KSP KSP SHY KSP KSP SHY。
你是发情是不是？靠，他妈太多页了吧！我有空我再慢慢看，不然他妈我把这边这几页全部读完，那还得了？哎，至少确定了，东西传的啦，传给我老师了啦，还是没看啊，这不是我的问题了。哎。
Citizens hand in their request, I tell you what I know, and you take care of it. The person with the problem is usually more than willing to talk your ear off about it. The more people you can convince to help you with the job, the better. Dinor Salvi is having trouble over at the Messiah Dadalit egg mine. Seems they had a recent influx of Kwama coming in, and now there's far too many for the miners to handle. I heard there's a particularly nasty Kwama warrior nestled up with the Queen. You just need to help reset the balance. Head to the mine and kill as many Kwama as you can. Don't forget to off the Queen's new sweetheart as well. Salvi's in Vivek City if you have any other questions. Talk to him about payment when you're done.
对，这是赏金任务的概念。
Current events have left the temple in need of additional resources. The requests I handle are citizens whose interests best align with the goals of the temple. You'll work with these individuals to help better Vardenfell. Are you interested? We believe the Carmona Tong are smuggling slaves in a cavern called Kartag Point. If true, we have the opportunity to prevent them from gaining a foothold in the region. However, the temple must have confirmation before we can act. Search the Carmona Tong campsite in Kartag Point and eliminate their commander. This should slow their progress. Vorar Vendu has brought this issue to our attention. He's in Vivek City if you need more information. He'll also have your reward.
每日任务，所以那个算每日任务的概念。把每日任务就是类似赏金的意思就是，这样也是不差了。我先把主线类的东西先全部起完再说。大头家在哪里看到了？有免费的可以拿，我怎么不拿呢？ 来玩上古卷轴尤其要先学会就是如何偷东西。但是这边的东西它没有标记为偷，就代表说拿了其实也没有差。这边是一样。我来看看上面有什么最好拿的。
先睡了，晚安。
哎，班班加油了！这把可以考虑看看。巴巴巴拉巴，巴拉巴巴，巴拉拉巴，巴拉巴巴。这一本书，这有题啊！我靠，这有3页，他妈的，这也密密麻麻。1025，上高最保留着哦。哒哒哒哒。给他问话吧。
Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you. But who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could put you to work? Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first? Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself. Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the overseer that Lord Vivek requires the blessing stone. Then bring it to me in the palace. You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy arch-canon of a living god or anything. Ah, the ignorance of Outlanders. How refreshing. The Blessing Stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual. If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing on my Lord's personal store of energy. Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance. Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand. Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you. Lord Vivek sees... Ah, if you haven't... Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend.
哪里是入口？你看起来这边可以进吗？显然不行，这游戏也不能爬。
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days. Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our blessing stone? Well, neither do I. But I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea. Lord Vivek, why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the Blessing Stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone. I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
I thought I was gonna die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me.
"我在绕圈子，天啊！嗯。祝福之死在上面。哦，这边有媳妇。长这样子哦。一直打哈欠。但是我今天早上10点才起床，跟平常礼拜一相比，以前平常礼拜一、礼拜五，反正我平常早上起来7点，今天特别早上10点才起床，但终究还是累。
Praise Vivek!
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the blessing stone? Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress. An Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist? Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research. Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down. We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped. Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god and energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land. Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you. The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it. To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levol's ancestor warned us about. Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated. Yes, while Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal, and recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness. I've always used my power freely, and without detriment. I create the Blessing Stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me. I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes. At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy, but as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the ancestor spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis, and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been. They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity, but so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal, my brother traveled. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
地方，我去看他给我法杖好了。教士的审判庭之法杖，消灭生命附魔。踹看，这一把是什么法杖？没奇怪，至少在我还有空间的时候可以这样玩。他应该对，他也是双手。有没有单手的法杖或者权杖那类的？我想单手拿法杖，另外一只手要么拿盾，不然就是拿刀那类的。起码让我的左手持书嘛，右手持剑，左手持书，然后附魔在剑上面，总会有那种附魔性的强化魔法吧。如果说上古他有这类的玩法可以玩的话，我会蛮高兴。不过我觉得他多半的强化技能应该就只是咏唱就行，应该是不需要魔法书还是权杖那类进行强化加成，应该自己本身学习技能应该就会。
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotaged the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are difficult. How do you know about... Lord Vivek told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the tribunal was incapacitated. It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than field work. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Balmora, Aldrin, and Berelzar's Tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites. I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivek City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivek thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right. I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Berelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivek's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy. House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn. I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivek. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover. I traced tendrils of Vivek's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivek's condition with anyone. We don't want to start a panic. If anything changes here, I'll contact you.
能力丧失。就是说他成天用他的技能在那边撑，能力不会消散，我也觉得蛮奇怪的。如果距离多远啊？哦，他妈这也太远了吧！喂，我先把城墙内任务圈全部处理完再说。他妈的，突然间要跑那么远。 我也没做齐，你要涂脚跑到那个地方去，对不对啊？要不还好，被我地图打开确定了，不然到时候跑到一半，体力全部耗没了，还不知道到底还有多远。 在这里召唤魔族是合法，可是召唤死灵术就等同于是在亵渎死者。我的判别也是蛮有趣的。但是工会就只2个而已嘛，法师工会跟斗士工会，没得更多的。可惜他被我灵魂死。 蛮讲的。
Welcome to the Guild Hall, Knowledge Seeker. What brings you here today?
We're book hunters of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. The Guild doesn't care about battlefields or boundaries, just knowledge and the acquisition of new tomes.
We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members. And from time to time, projects crop up for those with an adventuresome spirit. You may end up working with the Guildmaster himself.
Vanus Galerian, one of the founding members of this august body, still holds the proud title of Guildmaster, overseeing every guild hall in Tamriel. He works with other ranking members, such as Tellinger, the Artificer, to ensure our future success. We are neutral in the war between the three alliances. When we're on guild business, we kneel to no king or queen. That's why you'll see members of every race in our halls. Excellent. You are now a student of the Mages Guild. Every book you find will now earn you reputation in the guild.
好喂。 水晶碎片如今可以变形，法师之怒如今可以进行变形。
You're a ray of sunshine on a gray and dismal... You have a look about you. Some sort of quality that's rare to find. And trust me, I'm never wrong about these sort of things. Can I interest you in a room at the local inn? Actually, wait, that came out wrong. Look, empty rooms are just bad for business. The upkeep alone costs me more than the place is worth. But I think we can come to a sort of arrangement. And not the sort of arrangement that involves a few drinks. Let me be clear about that.
哎，等一下哦，当初你在纸上面刊登写的是免费房间哦，你不要我来的时候你跟我说我房间要花钱去租哈。
I need someone to improve the reputation of my properties. A hero type who people look up to. And I have a feeling about you. You've done something great and are probably on the way to do something greater. Seems like we can help each other here. Yeah, all right. Details. I can see how this might be a bit sketchy, but don't worry. The inn room is well kept, conveniently located. I know you adventuring types wanting a home in every town. This would be a nice addition to your holdings. No catch. I just need someone to freshen up my image. And my gut tells me you're the one to do that. As long as you're not planning on turning it into a skooma den or an outlaw's refuge, the room is all yours. Oh, sure. You can set up some crafting stations, house your pets, display any treasures or trophies you've come upon in your adventures. Hey, you can even set up a target dummy to practice combat. Just don't demolish the place and we're good. Excellent. You won't regret this decision, I swear. Here's the deed and key to the room. Took me a while, but I finally was able to take them back from the last tenant. Required more time in the sewers than I had hoped for, but hey, that's business. Hope the room is to your liking. With your reputation, I'm sure you shouldn't have any trouble with the neighbors. If you do, remember death threats are not the way to go. Had a spot of trouble when my last tenant started sending those out. Nope, Just make yourself at home, spruce things up a bit. Honestly, I can't wait to see how you arrange the place. Hopefully you'll end up with a few less Daedric shrines than another former tenant of mine. Like 0. 0's a good number. Oh, what a relief. I can't tell you how hard it is to wash bloodstains off of cobble floors. But that's not even the worst of it. I've had tenants cram their rooms with the wildest things. Mounts, foliage, assistants. I mean, it's an in-room. I own this and several other properties throughout Tamriel. It pays to diversify. Of course, that means I've got to look out for a variety of troubles, too. But hey, no one ever said the real estate business was easy.
U 可以开我的那个收藏。住宅，看一下我的住宅，我的家，我的家里面长怎么样子？哎，好，空无一物，只有一盏灯而已。我应该没什么东西可以，对，没东西可以放，可怜啊！哎，算了。这是很悲剧，也没东西可以架，也没东西可以放。哎，让我来 check 一下，有没有什么Discord 讯息？好像也没什么。多半应该修也修了，对，差不多。啊，我看我真的，哎，算了，东西传回传，要看不看随便他。哎，这我们来看看还有什么工会还没不是工会，还有什么东西还没完成？就是这个是法师工会跟斗士工会两者只能其一来选嘛？这个我是不知道。
Care to bargain?
Excellent. I know. Right. Our new guildmaster. Ha! There's a good question. Guildmaster? No. Then let me be the first to officially welcome you as an associate of the Fighters Guild. Get out there and take the fight to the Daedra.
我可以两边工会都加哦。这倒有点意思。看一下我的技能线，法师跟斗士工会两者都有布莱顿技能，这不知道什么东西。 马格努斯的镇，布莱顿人。哦，制作职业。他说我的法师职业这边我的东西有变体。法师专长，混乱魔力什么的，哩哩扣扣。灵魂魔法、灵魂陷阱，这边的变体有2个。我看看。索取敌人灵魂在10秒内对目标及其附近的另一名敌人造成4314魔法伤害。受到影响的敌人死亡时会为一名新效果，额外影响你初始目标附近的敌人，但持续时间减短，升级技能降低消耗。如果受到影响的敌人死亡，还将恢复生命魔力和耐力。这个是回那个的，这是对周围敌人造成伤害，这个是我可以回血。他说我的这些技能有变体，这个变体是什么？爆裂魔虫、地动筋魔虫。脉冲方式造成区域伤害并晕眩敌人。电击2秒内。提高对附近其余敌人造成伤害建议的变形。如果目标对此技能造成伤害后死亡，则降低技能消耗并恢复魔力。没了，我没有技能点可以点了。不过至少确定是金巨兽，长得好像一起。 先让我看看我这个区能接的事都接完。如果说有还没接完的，我去把它接一接。如果说都接完，那就看这些都好远哦！天哪！我先去搞定我一个坐骑的问题好了。所以这边还可以再对话。与沃拉尔文度交谈。
You're our hired infiltrator. I suppose you'll have to do. It's good you decided to talk. The Kimono Tong aren't a group you want to tussle with before gathering your information. What do storied Covenant heroes and Kimono Tong cronies have in common? Apparently the region's illegal slave trade. The seaside cavern Kartag Point is drowning in rumors as of late, and I need to figure out what's fact and what's fiction. Well, just one we know of. The Orc commander Kartag. We've learned that he and his raiders are somehow involved in slave smuggling. In what way? We're not exactly sure, but he seems to have caught the attention of the Kimono Tong. The Kimono Tong are slavers, murderers, extortionists, everything a vile crime syndicate can be. They don't like outlanders, especially ones who cut into their profits. Tread lightly in Kartag Point. It's crawling with their cronies. I once ran with a Kimono Tong. I wised up and got out, but not before seeing what kind of scum they truly are. When my business partners came to me with this issue, I said I'd take care of it. I'm more than happy to take the fetchers down a peg.
Ah, 这边不是还有一个任务要解吗？迪诺塞维尔。酒商鱼贩大厅 ，What is？
Are you here about our little pest problem? Let's keep our voices down, shall we? No need for the whole city to know. I need you to head to the mine as soon as possible and take care of this mess. Just start killing any Kwami you see, particularly the big brute protecting the queen. It didn't seem like a bad idea at the time. What good is a queen without a colony? We sprayed just a smidge of pheromones here and there and Kwama started rushing in. The issue was getting them to stop. We're still working through that one. We had a rather nasty string of Kwama warriors begin to fight over the Queen's affections. took us all by surprise when they started seeing the miners as challengers. Sadly, our standard procedures didn't cover a passion-driven battle to the death. The miners said he's the biggest Kwama they've ever seen, and certainly the nastiest. He's the cause of more worker deaths than the rest of the colony combined. If we're to salvage this situation, he simply cannot remain.
应该全问完了吧？诶，那我可以去那边看看。就他说旁边这边有个神龛，去看看那神龛的位置在哪里啊？纺织营览大厅，对。单独就只是传送点而已，那还比较方便一点。去马厩那边看看。
Best mounts in all of Vardenfell, right here. Come in and see what's available today.
God, oh. 太贵了。跑过去吧，不然我也没辙。先传这个点，然后后面全程又跑的，不然我跑不要动。这把剑啊，这个法杖，这个伤害可以吗？ 我很迷惑呢。再信他一轮吧。其实这个就有点跟我所想的差不多了呢。水晶附魔在武器上。差不多了，这已经跟我想差不多。不过，的确跟我前面所猜测一样，就是，
You there. Out. So I was right. You're a sword for hire. Excellent. My name is Marla Rethan of House Hlalu, and I have a proposition for you. I need someone to investigate what's going on in the Vasia Didanat ebony mine. Piqued your interest, have I? Capital. My brother Benar and I share ownership of the mine, but I suspect he's hiding something from me. The little weasels even locked down the entrance. Only his personal guards are allowed inside. There are only 2 keys to the mine. Benar keeps one in our manor house. The other is carried by the mine's foreman, Nox. I want you to procure a key, either one, and then search the mine for any sign of mischief. Report back with your findings. Foreman Nox is somewhere in Balmora. Should be simple enough to pluck the key from his pockets. Or, if you prefer burglary, you could take my brother's key from the desk in his study. Our manor is just up the hill to the west of town. My dear brother prefers to keep our roles in the business separate. He runs the mine while I handle the finances. He doesn't interfere with my work, nor I his. That's the agreement. Oh, I have, but Benner tells me nothing. It's just secure more buyers and hire more workers. He gets dreadfully annoyed when I press him about my concerns. Like, why do we need so many miners? Even the townsfolk are starting to talk about that. You haven't heard the rumors? The cursed mine of Vasia Didanot, they call it. They go in, but they don't come out. Just inane ghost stories, truth be told. But if the rumors persist, it could soil our reputation. Well, the mine has underperformed for years. I'd actually considered selling it. Until recently, that is. Ebony has been pouring out of the mine these past few months. Normally, I'd be overjoyed, but that's also when Benner became distant. Anything out of the ordinary. I don't suppose you'd know the difference between pure ebony and... Never mind, just Give the mine a good look and keep an eye out for mischief. If you find anything odd, bring it back with you. I have many important clients that depend on the success of this mine. They'll hold me personally responsible if anything isn't correct. I'd like to avoid that kind of unpleasantness. Well, the key should be no trouble. My brother is away at the moment, and the house guards are not exactly the keenest. If you choose to pickpocket the foreman, well, just avoid the city watch, I suppose.
我敢打赌，这边2个取得钥匙的方法，一定一个比较远，一个比较近。但是比较远的取得钥匙会比较简单一点，比较近的这一个取得钥匙会比较困难。你要么就是被取得近的，然后你要躲警卫，不能被发现，不然就是取比较远，你要跑比较远，但是没有守卫那类的东西，所以你也不会被通缉。
That's the rub. The mine is well guarded. My brother insisted that I hire only the rowdiest and most ill-tempered mercenaries, so I brought on the Iron Hound Company. I can vouch for their pugnacity. I'd prefer to avoid bloodshed, of course, but I don't want to tip my brother off. If he is up to something, I'll need deniability to maintain the element of surprise. Besides, they're mostly criminals, drunks, and skooma addicts. Expendable, yes?
好，决定了，就像我说的，我们呢，去陈正命啊。我他妈才不想再被通缉子，不然我他妈快烦死！再通缉下去还得了？虽然说我现在身上其实有一堆赃物，就是嘿嘿，但是再被通缉下去，到时候那些赃物被拿走，我还被扣钱，才不要！我来换一个武器形态好了。
I can't believe they want... You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vea? She went missing a couple of weeks ago and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts. That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded. You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the counselor. The longer Vea remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes. Counselor Eris can be found at the Redarin kin house. And do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vea. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the house guard has failed, so be it. I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redarin doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a house counselor? How can anyone not know about House Redarin? Is this some sort of outlander ruse? Well, in that case, Redarin is the grandest of the great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtues of duty and piety, and we have a proud military tradition. Our house comes first in all things. I don't understand why Eris seeks outside help. If I knew what happened to the Councillor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? As far as we can tell, she left of her own accord. There wasn't any foul play involved that we're aware of. Beyond that, you'd have to ask the Councillor. Councillor Eris Relith oversees Redoran operations in Bulmera and the surrounding countryside. He's very influential, very powerful. Usually, the Councillor doesn't allow his passions to get the better of him. But Vea is his daughter, after all.
城镇大。
Please, this one needs to get out of here. Those cultists, they're insane.
All right, but keep your voice down. I'll be ready to leave soon enough. In the meantime, if anyone asks, you're just here to haul cargo.
What? Who? This one is just here to haul cargo. Cultists? But this one said nothing about cultists. Perhaps you are thinking of another Khajiit. Look, Renaku just wants to leave all these crazy dark elves behind and find a safer mine to work in. The Shulk ore mine is cursed. Really? You? Just leave Renaku out of it. If you want to know what happened so badly, just go out to the Shulk ore mine and see for yourself.
你这真的很难以置信，这个高度他们就要跳上去。
Please, if you just listen. I'm in need of a strong set of legs, traveler, and you look like one capable of protecting yourself. Will you aid an old mer in one last task? I have an obligation to my family. No, a duty of utmost importance. But I have grown too feeble to fulfill it. If you would take this memory stone to the few places of significance in my life, I will pay you well. It allows one to archive memories for future generations. I hope to do this for my children, who have grown estranged. Invoke my stone at the locations I've marked on your map, and the memories I wish to archive will manifest. I thank you for your aid. Fewer than ever are willing to aid their elders in these troubled times. Now I suppose the distance with my children is my fault, not theirs. It is a rare gem. Once, long ago, Redguard warriors carried them into battle. One of the most famous was a sword singer in the First Age, Makeleleki. No historians will cherish my thoughts, certainly, but perhaps my children will come to, in time. I purchased it from my master, Drenham, a Telvanni mage of middling repute. I have served him for how long? Many, many years. For as long as I can remember. I will serve him until I die, no doubt. But that will not be long now. Ah, yes. Mills. My son has never really forgiven me for never being here for them. He's a stranger in my own home. No. If anything, it's the other way around. Even Naria has grown accustomed to my absence. Naria less than Mills, but both my children grew up largely on their own. My duties to Master Drenham consumed a great deal of my time. Mills especially grew up with Naria and no one else. He despises me, and I don't blame him. You'll know soon enough, as will they, I hope. I failed them as a father, but they are safe, aren't they? I kept them safe. I cannot travel with you, but I have attuned this stone to my soul. When you use it at the locations I've marked, it will summon echoes of things that once occurred there. The stone absorbs these echoes, allowing others to view them.
这边有传送点，那我基本上算可以保留呢。那个就问完了，就没有用。所以这边太多点。啊，就是这个地方，你跟我说跳不过去，你跟我开玩笑。对，他在跟我开玩笑。
Do you make a habit of randomly accosting people while they fish? I don't see how that's any of your business. I've nothing to say to my father or those his Telvanni master employs. Whatever this is about, it's no concern of mine. My father managed to leave me out of his life. He can leave me out of his problems too. You want to talk? My sister Naria works the stables. She tolerates my father's business better than I do.
Hail.
啊，打错了。
My, you look like a well-traveled individual. If you're looking to give your mount a well-deserved rest, you've come to the right place. We know how to pamper a loyal guar in Balmoral.
你能送我一个坐骑，我会很感谢你。
My father? Oh no, has he taken a fall? Or did he ask you to do something for him? He's been declining of late, and I'm afraid he's not entirely in his right mind. Oh, Mills. He was so young when Mother passed. I've tried to explain that Father had to work to keep a roof over our heads, but it's been difficult. I raised Mills myself while Father was away, which was often. He's never forgiven Father for that. Oh, yes. Father is well regarded among the Telvanni masters, even though he's never aspired to be one himself. Master Drenim trusts him implicitly, and if you know anything about the Telvanni, that's impressive on its own. They don't trust easily. I'm afraid I don't know. All he's been able to tell me is that part of his contract with Master Drenim forbids him from disclosing any of the Master's business, even to his own children. Whatever he's doing, I'm certain it's important. I wish he didn't have to work so much. Master Drenim pays well, but sometimes I worry he will work Father to death. He's just so tired all the time. Even when he finds time away, Mills refuses to see him, and I know that hurts him dearly. I did for a bit, after Mother died. I didn't understand why Father couldn't be with us until I grew up and learned how hard it is to keep a family housed and fed. Now I appreciate all Father's sacrifices for us. I just wish Mills could see it.
好吧，这边这个部分，阿本的个人故事方面来讲说，简单的说就是他的弟弟，他弟弟无法谅解说他父亲抛弃他们，对他父亲是有恨意在。可是他姐姐后面了解了他父亲把他的2个小孩给抛弃掉，就是抛弃他们，主要是在于就是说没有办法去抚养他们，而抛弃他们。姐姐呢谅解，但弟弟无法去谅解的事情，这个其实蛮知道关于这一点，我真的没有办法去断笔。月老来讲，这里其实也不是父亲的错，就是。这个是拿钥匙的。取得佛曼的钥匙，我要从这边下去。OK， 不是啊。他说在哪边的哪一栋房子里面？工会管家不是这个。这坐标讲。下边，对，这下面。对，这里看起来不是有底下应该也不会是有东西才对啊。
Get yourself a drink, and one for me.
我觉得这边我主要就是要先想说下去楼下才对。贝尔纳瑞2个取1个嘛。啊，这边要我下去，我是要走下去，这边看起来没有通往下面的路啊。难道有？只是我没注意到，不可能啊！哎，这有类似下水道的地方可以钻进去，也没有啊，看起来没有。对啊。他说西侧。瑞战家，可是有守卫。算了，我先把其他比较明显的全部探完了。哎，哎，靠！啊，那边不就是出去？算了，我先把其他点能接完的就接一接了。但是要去酒馆里面找人谈话。
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional traveling merchant. Thought Caroline might have to shut this place down. Look at me talking your ears off. What can I get you? At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redoran and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe the Ashlanders were scaring people off. But after that proclamation... No, I'd rather not talk about that with a stranger. I'm sure you do, but I have to live here, you know? Look, there's nothing I can tell you. If the houses ever found out I told an outlander about our troubles, maybe one of the miners will be more willing to talk to you.
哎，如果说要用钱来搞定一些事情的话，那就不用了。哦，这是跟他问女儿的事情。哎呀，哎，感谢追随，欢迎来到这里。
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Outlander? My daughter has been gone too long and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task?
这游戏好汉画质量好差。老滚物爱好者的我。这游戏剧情完全看不下去。
我剧情我也不了解啊，我是希望能跳就跳，我自己也不太想看剧情。
My daughter has been gone too long and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. An interesting.
不过是看很多人说文本量大，然后剧情上又有汉化，想说呢就能看则看。 不然其实我真的很想把这款当黑鲨来打，所有东西全部给你点一点、跳一跳，然后奖励拿一拿。
主要文本太差了，comma，很多都是机翻的感觉，comma，看着累。
Vea fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time, and more dangerous. Vea knows how to evade the house guard, but as you said, she doesn't know you.
机翻哦，我不知道我现在看感觉是没有，不过我是知道他当初刚汉化的时候，翻译的确是有够糟糕。不过可能过一段时间，反正以现在的剧情我看我是可以看得懂，他的那个说的含义，句子上的那个通顺问题。
现在优化的好一些了，comma，可能需要时间吧。
真的搞不好那时候他就只是给你用个大概可以用一用，然后有人看不下去就干脆说那干脆翻译我自己来做好了。可能他们有人自愿去做。
He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Brivin's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Vea's friends. But those young men and women are almost as good at avoiding the house guard as my daughter.
不过以这么一款内容量，当然不是说
这游戏用手柄操作挺舒服的，comma，手柄适配很棒。
可惜我摇杆坏了。而且再来就是这游戏的任务地区也很多，我如果说每个都跟你这样按照这样剧情来看，我看这个东西玩都不知道是多久以后的事了。
键鼠的冲刺要按住 Shift。不松，
对啊，这不太习惯。
Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible she sought refuge with this agent, or even decided to join the organization. Though I hope I'm wrong about that. The Morag Tong.They're an ancient guild of assassins.
哎，你知道剧情这方面的东西就很尴尬。你不看剧情跳过，很多人就想说剧情给你做在那边是给你跳过的吗？你去看的时候，你这个进度就会给你拖了很多后。你这个进度还有那个能体验的东西会变得很慢去体验，会变很落后。哎。
Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents, they find you. Just pray it's not because your name wound up on one of their writs. That is a death sentence.
你像黑鲨的剧情，我是真的给你从头到尾跳过去，它里面到底讲什么，谁没在乎，我根本也没在给你看。可是上古卷轴Online也有一堆人说这一次汉化。可以好好去看它剧情，我想说，既然都有人这样讲，那就代表说它剧情是至少值得可以一看的。结果，那重点来了，那边离离口口这么长的一堆东西，我如果说每个剧情都要给你这样看，我到底要看到民国几年才看得完？而且你在看剧情的过程中，他还会给你介绍，就是他们这一区的世界观，还有一些那个一些东西。
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, go find one of the house guard.You must be one of the freelancers the council employs.
你像这样这边单独问个女儿，然后前面有一个是单独去问个那个什么矿坑钥匙，然后在更前面有一个什么主线那边要帮 大地那边用东西，然后去找那个教主，那边哩哩扣扣就可以给你扯上问到一大堆东西出来。
I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Veya is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything
然后重点来了，
to get her home safe and
剧情的部分你要我快速瞄过去看过去 ，OK， 这是可以。可是偏偏这游戏它给每个角色给你做配音上去。 然后我习惯性只要有角色的配音，我就会让他把话全部讲完，这就麻烦了。
Perhaps, as long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Veya, but the runners keep evading my guards. Look for a group meeting on the other side of town.
不是，我是声优派那种，就是要听音乐全部听完。我在私底下，如果我说上古卷轴Online，我自己私底下在打，我根本压根连听都不想听。 我就是真的给你这样子跳过，基本上剧情我没有太想要知道。可是既然是拿来开台用的，它有语音的部分，我当然就是让它语音能完整让它讲完，至少有一个完整的保留度在那边。
Veya's a born warrior, hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain in the ass. She can fight like an angry netch, though. I keep trying to get her to join the militia, and she always turns me down. That's not my tale to tell. If Councillor Eris or his wife won't speak of the troubles his family has had to deal with in recent weeks, maybe you can ask Veya, if and when you find her. We started to notice groups of young dark elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note between them, but they split up and she lost them in the back alleys. Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail, but we suspect it's the way Veya has been keeping tabs on what's been happening in the city. Look, it may amount to nothing, but the note could give us a lead on where to find Veya.
哎呀，终于。 这个说要下去，我不知道到底要下去哪里。反正你目前这边是没路。这个区域我不知道是房子被给一平监视。哇靠！桥在上面。这边没有那个。 对面没有平地，所以我下水之后，我也没办法从那边上的。算了，从这边跑过去。
Get this letter to Drevis. It's important. Just don't let House Redoran get their hands on it.
他这边这一段也没有语音啊。
If you think you're being followed, find a place to hide. Good luck.
不是没有语音啊，他没有那个了。哎，回来！ 我靠！暴力，我去！ OK。你等我这个东西更重完，我要去睡觉。
Get this letter to Drevis. It's important. Just don't let House Redoran get their hands on it. If you think you're being followed, find a place to hide. Good luck.
Stay away from me, I'm warning you!
刚刚只是个无意间而已，我竟然还可以重新再找到他们呢，我觉得很神奇。刚刚明明追错了，结果在这边还可以汇合，哈哈哈哈，真是莫名其妙，这不是我在讲。
Well done. This should help us determine what happened to Vea's brother.
哎呀，逃离过去，德雷维斯对峙在哪里？
Hello, can I help you? Wait a moment. You're one of those hirelings House Redoran pays to harass us simple folk. Look, all Vea wants to do is to find out what happened to her brother. Too bad the house doesn't seem to care a swit about any of that. Vea wants nothing to do with the house or her father. Why can't any of you respect that? Even if I wanted to help, I haven't seen Vea since she snuck out of town. We communicate by notes, and this one isn't even about her. If you must know, it concerns Vea's brother. He was an officer in the House Guard before he vanished without a trace. We've been trying to help Vea find him. A local tough goes by the name of Ashur. He delivers the letters. We usually meet him outside of town to the northeast. But good luck trying to get any information out of him. Ashur is not known for his conversational skills. I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where to find Ashur. He's been passing our notes on to Vea. Just to the north and east, outside of town. Or is this your way of offering to save me a trip, since you're headed his way? Balmora's not that big. Most of the sons and daughters of the house leaders and prominent merchants know each other. Vea's one of us, and we'll do whatever it takes to help her find her brother. Well, within reason. And Vea would do the same for us. That's why we're helping her. She really is a terrific person. I'm not telling you anything, you Redoran lapdog. I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where. You think I'm just going to tell you all our secrets, Outlander? Well, that's not going to happen. I will.
我有技能可以点吗？没有技能。我有技能的情况下，我就可以直接，不是不是这个，不是这个， 直接让他说话，可惜我没有技能，唉。好啦，差不多，我觉得我要去睡觉了。明天我要那个。3天前哦，我大概知道什么时候。地牢查找器这是10等，下一个等级会再给3个灵魂石，需要那么多灵魂石干什么嘞？这个只有1面而已啊，看不知道。我操，他的房子他买太多了吧？哈哈，靠，他妈的，我真的是看租广告是不是？这些全都是房子哦，真的假的啦？而且每个房子他有提供那个节俭的人提供的是这一篇，然后什么酒馆式的房间是这一些，然后有诚意的买家什么的，然后再就是追求更高财富更多这一些，然后贵族和地位相似是这边这些的，然后也会提供仆人跟养动物的地方，然后这个地方是什么？算是隐士吧，这边应该算是类似什么隐士房那些的。他妈的，我是真的要租房哦，真的满全部都是那个，那太夸张了吧？这个我要卖掉。对，这个我要拿去卖掉。这个我还没有开起来过，不知道是开起来。感觉就是各种会被我拿去粉碎掉的东西。啊，从衣服来开始看，1037，我的弓是多少？1060。击杀经验值提跟5，1037，这可以丢，这等级5，所以它是按照我现在的等级去提供武器给我就是。这2件是一样，这件算没用的，这个我应该不会想要换，这2个戒指不可能会动，那就顶多就是这个是拿去卖的，还有又洗差不多。YT 关台了。